願いします。
So we just start staying a bit listening. Loosen the body up. And going to side. The rotation. Working with nice moving way through the spine. Good. Just work with the head, so just pressing the chin into the chest. Press all the way down the back of the head. And raising up and back. Over to the side, ear to the shoulder. Same side. With the hand resting the head down. Right. Kind of bringing the elbows together. So it's kind of closing. Yeah, and then raise up, open the elbows, push them up. And then again, down, closing down. And opening up. Good. Just working the shoulders back. Forward. And now alternating one shoulder at a time. Be nice and flexible. Even though it's for the shoulder, let the whole body. Maybe like you're being pushed in the shoulder. And then working with a forward motion. Just now let the arm figure it out. Okay. Together. So just stretching it one side. Way over. Side. To the hip. Circles. Away. A little bit wider, just sitting down into the posture. The hands on the knees, just pushing through the body. Nice and light, and then just fold one side. Drawing the hands to the ground, and then to the pressure of the elbows, press against the legs, opening them out. Just working side to side. Push the legs a little bit. Okay, holding one side. Breaking one leg forward. The other side. Okay. A little bit lower. Okay. Side. Both legs back. In the hand. In line. And bring the chest towards the ground. Pushing them on. And with both. Walking hands back. Middle, and then using both hands, touching both feet. And then walking hands forward. Fingertips to the hips, pulling back. Yeah, to the whole body. One last one, just bringing the elbows into the ground. Then really release the lower back. Nice, close and look up. Just go. Rolling the knees. From one leg, stretching the leg to the back, the heel to the back foot. Okay. Change again. And just open the leg out a little bit to the back, keeping the balance in the foot. Just open it out a little bit. Use the arm in the front if you need to the balance. Okay. One foot in front of the other. Keeping the back heel down, really stretching through the hamstring. Okay, to the side. Okay, keeping the same position, just using the hands, directing up as high as you can. Pulling the hands away from the feet. Lift the chest up. Stretch it up all the way to the back. Changing side. Short lunge. Open it out. Stretch the hands up. Okay, wider with the feet. The back heels off the ground. Just bringing the knees closer to the ground. Just hold it. The other side. A bit wider. Changing again. Again, with the hands, just pull up, stretch up, and now in this case, just spiral away from the back leg. So you can imagine the feet are pulling away from the hands and the feet are pulling apart. All the way up through the hip, rib, release it. Side, get kind of comfortable here. First stretching up, and then just pull away from the back leg. Just loosen the leg up a little bit from the ground. Over to the side. And then working with the knee coming up to the back. And changing side. Moving forward, back. Over to the side. And roll the head. Just put the toes, just coming up onto the toe. Hold it. Back and just raising the toes up off the ground. Pulling them up onto the foot. Again, raising up into the toes, sinking down, and rocking back into the foot. Let's work in them side to side on the edges. And then rolling the ball of the foot. Side, to the side. And nice and lightly just curling the toes under. And rolling to the foot. the other side. Okay, good. Just a little bit for the shoulders. So just stretching straight across the body. Winter, middle. Release it. The other side. Yeah, over the top, just take the wrist. If you're kind of pulling the bicep behind the head, stretch it right across. And release it. Bring it inside. Taking the elbow, stretch the hand right between the shoulder blades. Okay. Join the arm across the back. Okay. Right into the shoulder blade. If you have this position with the fingertips together, stretch them at the back. Find your hands together. Where the wrist hands together. Nice, then you can just roll through. Just open it out, work the fingers, also the thumbs. Okay, opening the fingers out, stretching them nice and tight. And closing the fist. Shaking the wrist. And rolling the arms. Yeah, shake the whole body. Okie dokie, take Boken. Okay, good. So we're just coming to position here. Just come to this movement. So coming to the back, and just swinging through. So really like what we were doing yesterday. With that, just swinging through. Really prioritizing the body, the hips, really grounding the whole body. And at the same time, what I'm looking for is a really kind of pure arc with the sword. I don't want to disturb this kind of arcing movement that's coming through the sword. And relax.
And the other kind of point of this is again this idea of accessing the back to kind of press the movement forward. So in this case, just watch this. It's a kind of subtle thing, but just watch in this case for the shoulders starting to roll over. Basically, the shoulder starts coming to these kind of positions. Basically, where they're kind of shrugging a little bit and being pulled forward. See in this case if you can really keep the feeling that the shoulders stay back and down. So the shoulders have this feeling of rolling back down the body. Now, because I've got no extension in the sword, there's no real reason for the shoulders to come forward. So they don't need to in this case. They can really just have this feeling of rising back. So in this case, we didn't talk about it yesterday, but think about the width in the shoulders as well. So there's usually a tendency to start to lose the sense of width in the shoulders. So have the sense of the shoulders sitting back and down, this kind of position. So have a feeling from here and sinking the shoulders back. Even now, the shoulders being pulled forward, but just that. See if you can keep this feeling of width through the shoulder as you do it. Yeah, just play with it a little bit. So this kind of left-right direction. Yeah, that's it. So it's not allowing the sword at all to pull the body out. Yeah. Yeah. Good. That's it. Nice. Nice. There we go. Yeah. Okay, good. So just take the exercise into this position now. So come in here and then just bringing the feet together, finding the back, coming down. Keep this as a shomanuchi, so I want the sword to go straight up and straight down. And again, just really focusing on grounding the body, keeping the extension through the spine, and just really kind of structuring the body around the center. Nice and easy. Release the cup. Nice. Okay, good. So it's the same kind of thing. In this case, if I kind of activated the shoulders, now the tendency is as I come to this position, I'm going to lift the sword with the shoulders to do it. So I'm going to kind of lift up with the arms to do it. And then what happens, you end up with this kind of crunched movement. So just get the feeling from here, you've got this position, the shoulders are really back and down. And then the feelings that really the shoulders don't really do anything. So the feelings that the sword is raised from below the body. So just get the feeling the shoulders really don't really do anything. In this case, it's not a sense of raising with the arms, but pressing up through the body. So really get the sense that the sword connected to the center through this kind of feeling, the body. So this, and this. So just play with this a little bit. You can also kind of cut the movement short a little bit. So, but the key is that I'm not lifting the sword from the hands, but have a sense of the sword being raised from below. I feel like all these Marotadori movements. So the feelings raising from below. Just kind of feel it. Just play with it a little bit. And just experiment with the form. So not necessarily always coming to the back. Just play a little bit with it. Yeah. That's it. There we go. Nice. Nice. Good. So just play with the Zengo giri, and again, just swinging through the cut. So here, and then from here, just rotate into the back, find the ground. Rotate into the back, find the ground. So it's a nice big movement. And just keeping the shoulders, focus on the shoulders, rolling back and down. Not really engaging the upper body. Really focus on the back of the body. Yeah. Yeah. Just really play with, basically looking for the easiest way I can do the movement. There should be really no effort to it. So. Good. Good. So just explore this movement. Just mix in the left side, right side. Coming here. Here. Slowly. Open the movement out a little bit. Keep a kind of show Manucci, but just explore this idea. You try and source the movement from the back of the body. Step into it. On the spot. Bring it back. Nice and smooth. Nice. Good. And then keep this movement. Every so often, just come into focus with the hands. So find this, and then find the focus. And really just hold it a few seconds, 2-3 seconds, and then just come back into a sense of swinging through. Swinging through. Then you try and source the movement in the back, and then just come into a sense of focus with the hands. And really focusing now on the width in the shoulders and the feeling of them being back in the body. And just notice if this starts to, basically the shoulders get pulled out. Just try and ground the body, find the arc in the curve, and then come into the finish. Nice and easy. So just every now and again, bring in the focus. That's good. Yeah, in this case, you can also experiment with this. When you find the focus here, have the feeling you can also release the cut here. So just coming down into the ground, and then you can start again. So you can find the cut and then just release. Now the feeling here is if I'm in these kind of positions, as I release, the shoulders have to release to go down. But if I've already kind of released through the shoulders, there's no really release happening in the shoulders. Just that the kind of arms drop down to the ground. So just focus again on this. You can also play with it. Coming into the focus and releasing. The shoulders should really already be in the structure and release down. Yeah, just play with that a little bit. Yeah, good. Good. And then we'll just come into a yokomen movement. So keeping the same idea, you're just going to release through the cut, just here. So find in the head and find in the slice. Find the head, find the slice. Again, I want to create a kind of pure movement with the sword. So I want the spiral coming from the hips to really just transfer directly into the sword. So just look in this case for one movement through the whole body. One move. And again, really trying to source the movement in the back. In the back. So. Okay, good. Okay. Because this is a kind of circular movement with the sword, there's a tendency for the hands to kind of orbit the head in a way that looks like this. The hands kind of orbiting around the top of the head. In this case, imagine this hand just comes to the front of the head, to the forehead, so it comes to here and here. So I'm in this position, but the hand's not in these kind of positions. So just have the feeling. It's about this hand's magnetic when it comes to the head, comes to the head and down, comes to the head and down. This is really keeping the cut centered here, here on the body, centered, and then here, and then trying to avoid these kind of things. And this, so the sword's basically being pulled around the head. So think that the core of the body is going to make the rotation, and the sword follows that. And now every so often, just come into a focused cut. You can also come back into a swing. Right. Swing. That's it. Good. Good. So just play again with this one, moving on the spot, and every so often come forward with the movement, or come back with the movement. Just play with these kind of things, right? So use this as a kind of centering exercise, rounding the cut in the center, and then when you feel like it, come forward with it. Depending on the space, you do a few cuts forward, just come back. Just play with it. And then just playing with a nice simple number 7. So coming back, finding a Shomanuchi, and just pressing through here. Really simple. Yeah. Good. Okay, so we'll follow the short set we did yesterday. I'm just going to change the ending. So we'll go through the straight into the full thing. Things like this. So 1 with a Shomanuchi, 2 with a skew, 3 with a slice to the back, 4 here with the Yokomen. And now from here, just come straight forward and find this with the skew. Here, 5. And then just come in back into the mud. So the 6 count movement, things like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, good. Just put the Bokens down. We'll do a little bit of taijutsu. Okay, so we'll work on tiny henko. We can do it a little bit differently. So find the extension here. And now as you move, I just want you to coil the arms into the body. So again, really focusing on the ground, the center of the body. Find your extension, sink the body in and just coil the arms in. Let the arms just naturally coil into the body. Coil, coil. That's it. That's it. Good. And then just coming into a nice basic kind of henko, full extension. Yeah. And keep the same kind of sensation of the arms being nice and relaxed. What I want to do is create tension in the arms. So hold it out. Do the arms just nice and heavy. Just connecting to the hip. Try and do it as effortlessly as you can. Yeah. Okay, good. Just work on Murotadori. So what I want you to do in this case is don't focus on the hand. So don't, in this case, focus on the extension in the hand. Focus on the drops in the elbow. So this can be quite loose in this case. So coil it in. This is quite loose, also in this hand too. And then just coil it in this way. So the hand's quite loose and really the focus again coming into the center and the hip. So just find the position here, really heavy in the body. And then coil it out, nice and heavy in the body. So really no focus in the arm. Coiling the body up. Yeah. Nice. Okay, good. And then coming into full extension. Keep now the focus in the elbow and the hip. So this connection between these two movements. So coiling in. So the elbow's really gonna roll in with the hip. Roll with the hip here. And also from here, what I don't see is in this position here. So keep the elbow down, connected with the hip, and then coil it out this way. So keep the extension strong in the hands, but keep the attention in the elbows. Really try and find the connection into the hip. Good. So just play with the set to finish though. Coming from kind of henko, rolling back, Marotadori. Yeah, and then rolling the whole body in. Nice, big, strong extension. And then in this case, just change the side to do both sides. Kind of henko, rolling back into the Marotadori. And then roll the whole body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Great. Okay, good. We'll stop there. Hi. Domo. Arigatou gozaimasu.
どうも、ありがとうございました。